Hello, it's David Shipp again from Coaching Construction. This is the second part in the instalment about situational leadership. What I want to talk to you about now is something that goes along with the theory and the model that I shared in the previous video, and it's to do with maturity. Now, when we talk about maturity in terms of situational leadership and management styles, we're not talking about how someone is mature in terms of in life and how grown up they are and things like this. This is more about their stage of development. So how mature are they at the job? How developed are they at the job or the task that they do on a day-to-day basis, or something new that's been given to them, or someone that's been joined the company, and stage of development. So where are they in terms of how good they are at what they do? So this comes down to two things when we measure this, and the first thing is competence. Now in construction, it's we have competency cards, so CSCS in the UK construction industry. That is to demonstrate there's a level of competence for that person to safely go onto a UK construction site or overseas. I'm not sure if CSCS is valid overseas, but it just shows some kind of competence that that person is aware of the safety risks, is aware of certain policies, etc. And when we look at competence, there's three things that is made up of. So the first one is knowledge. So it's safe to say that if someone has more knowledge, their level of knowledge of a certain task or job role, then they will be more competent. The second thing is skills and ability. So CSCS is done by construction skills, C skills. So it's looking at, is that person got the skills to deliver whatever that job role or task is. The third thing is experience. So you can have lots of knowledge, you can have the skills and the ability, but it doesn't really escape the fact that the more you do something you actually like, you're taking action and actually doing it, then there will be more experience there, and as a result, more competence. So the first thing is competence, and that's made up of three things: knowledge, skills and ability, and the final one there is experience. The second thing when we're looking at maturity and the stage of development of an employee, team member, individual or team is commitment. So commitment is made up of two things. The first thing is motivation. So how committed are they is a very good indication when you look at someone, how motivated they are. So do they want to do this? How much do you have to actually influence them to do that job? And then the second thing is confidence. So someone might actually want to do the job, but I suppose it comes along with experience. Is the more you do something, the more you have confidence in doing that certain task, job role, etc., etc. So the second thing in terms of maturity, the first one was competence, the second one is commitment, and that is made up of two things. The first thing is motivation, and the other thing is confidence. So when we look at those two things in terms of maturity, competence is basically, is someone able to do the job role, the task, etc. And then when you look at commitment, is do they want to do the job? So able to do it and want to do it when we look at maturity and the stage of development in terms of someone's task, job role, etc. Okay. Might be worth adding here is that, just to bring it into real life, is that when we look at someone who's just left college or university and is joining an industry, then if you looked at competence and commitment, then they might have the knowledge because they've been to university and college. They might have the skills and the ability to maybe, in terms of my line of work when I was an engineer, is to actually set out and read drawings, etc., like that. But the one thing they probably would be lacking is experience, because they've never actually stepped foot, or they're new to the industry and to the environment that they're going to be in. So that's something that will actually affect someone's opinion of their stage of development and how good they will be at the role or the task that a manager is putting them to. On the flip side is that you'll have someone in the industry, and I definitely found it, is that you'll have someone who's been doing it for, doing whatever they've been doing for 20 years, 30 years, and this can also cause problems, because when you look at knowledge, yes, they've been doing it for, you know, a long time. Skills and ability, yep, again, you know, they're doing it day in, day out. If you're looking at someone like maybe a steel fixer, they know what they're doing. And then but then also, like, when you're looking at experience, is that again they've got 20 years. Like, that can't be, you know, that has to go towards your opinion or your perception of someone being able to do what they're being asked to do. But one thing with knowledge is that the industry and the world is always innovating. So that is somewhere where maybe someone who's been doing the job for a long time, is that they may be lacking up-to-date knowledge. So they had the knowledge when they learnt it 20 years ago, but as we all know, when we stay in a job for a certain amount of time, is that we get comfortable, and maybe our learning of the new techniques, etc., is doesn't follow your, I suppose, your age and your experience. So there's two things to look at there. A college leaver, yes, has the knowledge, has the skills, but lacking experience. That will influence a manager's opinion of whether they can do the task and whether they can actually be left to do that. And then the other thing is, if someone's been doing the job for a long time, definitely have the experience, definitely have the skills, but are they lacking the latest knowledge and anything that's been in terms of innovation over that certain amount of time since they got their first amount of knowledge. So they're the two things to do with maturity and stage of development. I'll leave this video here. The third installment is basically looking at how this relates to the situational leadership and management styles model. So thanks for watching. It's David Shipp, Coaching Construction. Take care and stay safe.